Okay, I'm going to be a little bit explicit here. I'm going to talk about sex education, kids, intelligence, and whatnot. We know how bad abstinence-only education is. We know it fucks up kids' lives. It's stupid, it doesn't work, and it's almost a definition delusional and lunacy to even think it's good. Abstinence plus maybe, but this whole idea that you're going to somehow defy nature, or even just defy the intelligence of kids. This idea if you don't teach kids about sex, you make them tell them it's bad, it's horrible, it's evil, they're not going to figure it out on their own. And the problem is, kids are extremely intelligent. They know their own bodies better than anybody. They know what feels good. They know what works for them. And this is sort of the problem, is that kids at a young age figure out this feels good. Church, religion, parents try to tell them not to do certain things, but they still figure it out. And they'll figure stuff out that even they're never told. Growing up, I was never told about masturbation. That was one of the things they sort of ignored. I figured it out. But there's also something else I discovered as a really young age that apparently a lot of people discovered too, but I've never heard mentioned. I didn't even know anybody else experienced it until I was talking to a friend about it the other day and looked it up online. There's a whole forum page talking about it. And this is something that I was experiencing pre-puberty. I figured this out back in kindergarten to grade 3 or 4. I forget exactly when. But there were these old, large poles behind our school. Kids used to climb on top of them. There was an I-beam and whatnot. You climb up, trying to see if you can make it to the top and then sit there and enjoy the view. I never made it all the way up, partly because of what I discovered. But I discovered while trying to shimmy my way up that at a certain height, I would feel this intense, tingling, pleasurable sensation that quickly went away. Wasn't doing anything, it wasn't rubbing anything, it was just climbing up this pole. And I think apparently I was having a dry orgasm of some kind. Yeah, this seems kind of twisted, but the point here is that a lot of kids figured this out too. Lots of people figured this out. But they never discuss it. Nobody ever talks about it. It's just something that kids discover on their own. I never heard about this. And a lot of people I've seen on these forums never heard about it too. And here's something that just being a kid discovered makes them feel good. And this is something never put in sex education. Never talked about it. You don't see kids, the media talking about, oh, how great this is. Like the conservatives like to twist and say that's why kids are wanting sex. No, kids want sex because their bodies are designed to have sex at a certain age, and due to society, culture, and whatnot, we tell them they can't have sex for 10, 15 years afterwards. Kids are having puberty and having desires earlier and earlier, and society is making it longer and longer to reach where they can marry. And then they're told not to have sex till marriage. You're fighting human nature. It doesn't work. It's like trying to stop the waves, the tides, or whatever. You're trying to stop a natural thing. And then you take away all forms of education, forms of ways around this, things that can be substitutes so you don't get into these problems. And I can't just blame religion because my school had sex education, and many of these things were never brought up or barely brought up. It was just sort of brushed under the rug and ignored. So I want to hear your thoughts. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me if you guys have any similar things or examples of where sex education let you down, or you figured something out that the so-called abstinence only wouldn't have prevented you from understanding or finding on your own.